Okay, let's go in.
Are we
Okay,
live
so
now?
we are now live on YouTube, finally.
Hello,
Yes, so
everyone.
now a big welcome to everyone joining us on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and here on
On YouTube.
YouTube. Yes, so we have a lot to cover today. We need to catch up because we haven't been on here for a while. And I know a lot of you guys are like, where you guys been? Except for you guys here on Instagram, you guys kind of know what we've been up to, what we've been doing because you've seen our stories. I mean, Irina does what she calls a toilet paper roll of stories. So you ever notice whenever you do stories, you have these bars that are on top. Well, she does so many stories that it becomes these little tiny dots, and it actually does look like a toilet paper roll. That's a good analogy, actually. So super cool. Hey, Grace, how are you? Oh my God,
Welcome.
yes, so we are back, and so happy to be back also here on YouTube. Let's get this thing started and kind of hash out how we're going to do this here. Let me just show you today's topics and what we're going to be covering. Okay. So, you guys know that we have left Hawaii. So I'm going way back, right? So it's been what, about 2 months and a half since we left Hawaii?
No,
Three
more because
months?
we were in
Yeah,
New
we're in New
York.
York.
Yeah,
So it's
probably three
about
months.
just about 3 months since we've left Hawaii, and I know a lot of you guys who are following us here on Instagram and also here on YouTube actually followed us because of all of our Hawaii vlog. But since then, we have become full-time travelers, and now we're out and about. And of course, to catch you up on speed, for some of you guys who didn't know, we were in Belize, and we would
For two
also,
months.
yes, for 2 months we were in Belize, and we want to offer our sincere apologies because we have been absent from Instagram. I mean, from YouTube specifically. On Instagram, we've been very active. So first off, I want to thank everyone here on YouTube who actually subscribed and followed us on Instagram because you know what we've been up to. You've been seeing our story here on Instagram, all our stories and different posts. But because on YouTube, it takes more editing to do. And of course, with the internet, that has been the
Oh,
biggest
we got
problem.
our first hearts here on TikTok. Thank
Awesome.
you.
So yes, on YouTube, the uploading is the problem. So we want to apologize to you guys. Now, just to fast forward and jump to where we are currently in Tulum, Mexico. So that's where we are right now. And I'm going to bring you up to how we got here and all the drama that happened getting here and everything else.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the internet here is amazing.
Yes, it's
We
actually
got,
good enough for us to broadcast.
yeah, we got an apartment with a fiber optic internet speed, which is 100 megabytes, and
Yeah.
it's been the best so far
So
since we
far,
started
yes.
traveling.
But as soon as we checked in here, which was just a little while ago, all the power was out in this part of Tulum. So we had no power. We were like, oh my goodness, are we actually going to be able to go live? But within 20 minutes of us being here, the power came back on. So it was all cool. So what have we been up to? As you can see the topics down here, we've been absent, like I said, because when we left Hawaii, we started off this new journey in our full-time travel. And what we're trying to do is while we were in Hawaii, we were creating the content for you guys that you wanted to see as far as these different hotels and what they look like and the walkthrough. And you guys really enjoyed it. So we decided to take it a step further by collaborating with different resorts and hotels, first off in Belize, because that's where we were 1st. And this way we can actually show you what these resorts have to offer, whether it's good enough, it's something that you would want to go and explore. And a lot of people didn't know about Belize. So it was a perfect place to actually start. Now, the reason, again, we haven't posted is because the way we had things scheduled in Belize with these, that we collaborated with these resorts, it was resort after resort after resort after resort. We had no downtime. So not even the downtime, the little downtime we had was just enough to just get ourselves ready, get our clothes together, and then off to the next resort. So it was super, super hectic the last 2 months, but it was also amazing at the same time. So this is something totally new that we've kind of embarked on, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And I know you guys haven't seen the fruits that have been bared from all this, but it is coming. I promise you guys, there's going to be a ton of YouTube videos that we've put together. These resorts are amazing, and I want to thank all the participating resorts that we've worked with. The links are in the description, guys, here on our YouTube channel. So right below, you'll be able to see all the resorts in the order of which we stayed. So yes,
and
so
of course
that was the
we
reason
will
why
be
we're upset.
publishing the videos in the order of our travels.
Right.
So right now we are on Sleeping Giant, and tomorrow will be another video coming out on YouTube. So if you haven't clicked the notification bell on our YouTube channel, be sure to do so, so you'll be notified when we publish that video.
Yes. So I have all my family members. They're all here on YouTube in the comments. What's going on, guys? You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Everyone came together and pulled strings for me in Belize. It was crazy. I haven't been back in Belize
Thank you, Janet.
in so long. So everyone really came together and helped
Oh my
Irene
God.
and us. So it was really cool.
Leland says we're at 19K subscribers. I did not. You know what? We've been on 18K for such a long time, again, because we haven't been traveling and we haven't been posting too many videos. That's why our numbers kind of been stagnant. And because we've been stagnant, we haven't really even been looking at the numbers of subscribers.
But you guys know we're at 19K subscribers on YouTube, but you guys know the deal. Like, at least if you've been joining us since Hawaii, every time when we hit 20,000, you know what's going to happen. We're going to pop champagne and we're going to have a dinner with you guys live. That's the way we always do it. So
John on TikTok says you hell of a cute.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So yes, something very important I wanted to mention. So remember when we were doing the walkthrough in all the different Hawaii hotels and resorts, you guys were like, oh my God, thank you so much for these walkthrough. It would be totally awesome if we can see what the rooms look like. Now, here in Belize, all the resorts we've worked with, we got you covered. We show you what the rooms look like in depth. We give you a full walkthrough so you guys can make a decision whether or not you guys want to visit these resorts in Belize. And trust me, you're going to want to.
Thank you so much, guys, for all your congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
19K. It's really nice. And we also thank you for all of your support.
Yes, and talking about support, sorry to cut you off, but our members, thank you so much for becoming our members. We greatly appreciate it for you to have the patience to still be our members, even though we haven't been posting content. But you guys know we're on it. That's for sure. And that's our promise.
Thank you for your support. And if you have any questions, just make sure you hashtag Q. Just returned from Hawaii a few days ago, and your suggestions and recommendations helped me make our trip amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Yeah, guys, if anyone here is looking to go to Hawaii, we have over 300 videos on covering everything in Hawaii. So definitely check those out. They're there to help.
I have another question on TikTok. When will you come back to Belize? We just left Belize, actually.
Yeah.
And now we can talk about the drama that happened.
Oh, the drama in Belize. Yeah, probably the reason why you guys are joining this live, right? Because the thumbnail did say that we had a little bit of drama.
So far, it was the craziest travel day ever.
Yes.
So if you may or you may not know that Belize is has a border with
first
Mexico.
Of all, Belize is located in Central America. That's where it's located. Okay, so it's below Mexico, and we flew into Belize City from New York. You can go ahead with the story, Irina.
So it was the easiest. So because we wanted to start our Mexico travel from the very south point of Mexico, which is pretty much right next to Belize, the border. So we decided to take a bus. And right now, Belize border is closed to go to Mexico for Belizeans. But We both have American passports,
even though I'm Belizean.
And Devon does not have Belizean passport, but in his American passport, the place of birth says Belize.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were coming into Belize, they told him that he doesn't need to do the visa stamp. I had to do visa stamp every 30 days, well, which is like I had to do it once. So he didn't do it. And when we were leaving the border, we were pretty sure that we were okay with crossing over to Mexico because, well, we don't have Belizean passports. But we took the bus. It was from Belize City. It was a 3-hour bus to, what's that city called?
Carrizal.
Mm-hmm. And from Carrizal, we took the taxi to the border.
To the
Belizean border. So there are two borders: Belizean border, then there is a neutral area, and then there is a Mexico border to cross over to Mexico. So once we got to the first Belize border, they told us we cannot leave Belize.
Or at least I can't leave Belize. Irina could. So the reason being, this is their explanation, and this sounds a little odd to me, but you guys let me know what you think. So the situation is, when we flew into Belize City, they stamped my passport. Keep in mind, I'm Belizean. I was born in Belize, but I no longer have a Belize passport. I have an American passport.
Well, you never had a Belize passport to begin with.
Yeah. So they were under the assumption that I had a dual citizenship. I'm like, I don't have a dual citizenship. I just have an American passport. So she said, we need a letter of approval for me to leave Belize City by land. Because remember, we flew into Belize City, but we were departing Belize City by land. So they said, I needed approval from someone. I don't know who it is, the governor, the mayor, the president, whoever it is, right? I needed approval saying that it's okay for me to leave. And they gave us an email and they said, well, the process takes a little while, but this is the only way to do it. And we were kind of like,
we were with suitcases.
Yeah, we just traveled 3 hours by bus. We're like,
yeah, and my visa was actually about to expire the next day.
Right. So we waited outside for a little while and we thought about it. And we said, you know what, let's see if we could speak to a supervisor. Irina was like, maybe we should talk to a supervisor. So they pointed us to someone else. We went in there and we spoke to them, and they basically said the same thing the first person said. When I came into Belize as a Belizean, I was accepted into Belize as a Belizean.
As national.
Right, meaning they didn't stamp my passport and said, you're a tourist and you have 28 days to renew your visa if you want to stay. They said, oh, welcome home. That's the way she put it. Mm-hmm. So basically, I never had to renew my visa. Irina did, so I didn't have to pay. There's a fee for that.
That's, by the way, $100 US for every 30 days.
For every 30 days, correct. So she said, we accepted you as a Belizean, so you are a Belizean, so therefore the rules apply to you as a Belizean. Belizeans cannot cross the border to Mexico right now, and it's all due to COVID and everything else. And that blew my mind. I didn't know what to say because I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was born in Belize. That's my country of birth. But my passport
citizenship is American.
Is right, exactly. And we're at the border, which you have to show a passport to leave. And I'm not showing you a Belizean passport. I'm showing you an American passport. So I think eventually when we told her, I basically said, listen, we came over 3 hours by bus. I'm not trying to, pull a fast one or trying to slip by or anything like that. I had no idea. I wouldn't even know where to look this information up because I didn't even know it actually even existed. So, I did know that the borders were closed to Belize, but I don't consider myself Belizean because of the passport, right? So that was the whole situation. Long story short.
And she said, Irina can leave. She can go to Mexico, but she cannot come back within 3 days because of the COVID test.
Because of COVID.
And I'm like, don't send me to Mexico. I don't want to go to Mexico without Devon. I don't want to go there by myself. And she's like, come down. You don't have to.
So she basically just gave us the departure slips, 2 departure slips. Irina, again, had to pay $30 Belize, which is...
Or maybe 40 Belize.
No, it was 30. Okay. $30 Belize, which is $15 US. I didn't have to pay anything.
I I don't know, like, why would they have to pay? Is it only by land?
I have no idea the difference, but I don't know if the rules are different by departing Belize by land as opposed to
the airport.
by the airport. So that's the way that worked out. But again, I really want to thank my family tremendously for the way they all pulled together and helped me out in so many ways. Certain ways I'm not going to mention, but one of them was basically to get my drone into the country. So if you're planning on coming into Belize, technically you should not bring a drone, right? We saw the letter. We got a letter, an email, because we asked, and they said you technically cannot bring a drone in. I was able to bring my drone in because we were collaborating with all the different resorts in Belize, and still, even at that, they wanted to know, is it paid, and only if it's paid, and it was like a big mess. But family came through.
Hi, Vegas.
And they were able to get me for me to get my drone in and get it back out safely. So that was super awesome.
Hi, David. So anyway, after that border, I'm like, okay, I'll pay. Just let us out. So we finally got to the free zone, and from the free zone, we had to go through customs to check all the equipment, because we had to declare all the equipment that we were bringing. And from the free zone, we got in a cab to the border of Mexico.
Right. So again, guys, remember, there is two borders. There's the Belizean border, and then there's the Mexican border. Once we cleared the Belizean border, now we had to drive to the Mexican border. So a cab took us to the Mexican border, which is only like maybe a 3-4 minute drive by cab. And then from there, we had to get our passport stamp saying, welcome to Mexico. Vegas, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the super
Love the
chat.
sevens, love the sevens, lucky sevens.
Yep.
I'm feeling that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So once we got to the Mexican border, they stamped our passports.
Well, Mexico actually has a new rule. To enter Mexico, you have to pay a tax, which is, if you're staying there for more than 7 days, you have to pay, I think, about $30 tax.
If you stay for more than 7 days, if you're only in Mexico for 7 days or less, you don't have to pay this tax.
Right. So, and we actually wanted to use the card. So we have Apple cards. If anybody using Apple cards, you know it doesn't have numbers.
Yeah.
And they specifically wanted the credit card with numbers. And we just ordered a new credit card in replacement, which arrived the day before we left Belize. It arrived to Devon's cousin's house, and the card was not activated. And there was we had no phone we had phone service, but we have no phone to call. So I actually tethered my phone to my computer, and I used Google Voice to activate the card.
Yeah, and you had to work around.
Then we were able to use the card because there are no ATMs there. We couldn't take out cash. And then we finally took the taxi from the border. And 30 minutes later, we made it to Bacalar.
Yes. So we were in Bacalar for a few days, about 4 days. Bacalar is very beautiful. We're going to put out a vlog on it. We walked around Bacalar, and we also took a six stop tour on this lake that has like 7 different beautiful colors of blue. So it's really cool. And we're going to be showing you that. But again, before we even get to that point, we're going to show you so much about Belize. I've learned so much about Belize being there for the period of time that I was. We also met some really incredible people along the way. And that's a beautiful thing about traveling, is the people that you meet. We met some really interesting people. And as far as the vlogs for the different resorts, some of them are amazing. Others, not so much. And we got drama for some of these resorts as well that we're going to want to share with you. Because again, I know you guys basically from Hawaii, you take our advice and you listen to what we say. So we do know that it's very important for us to be honest, be upfront. If we go to a resort or we go to some place that's supposed to be beautiful, supposed to be nice, and it's not, or things don't really work out the way it should, then we're really going to let you know. Now, that's not to say that your experience will be that way if you choose to go, but at least based on our experience, we're going to let you know. Not everything on this channel is going to be, gravy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be, just perfect, because that's just not realistic. So if anything goes sideways, we'll definitely let you know.
Vegas says you need to smash that like button for the algorithm.
Yes, Vegas knows. I like that.
Thank you, Vegas.
Thank you. Yes, guys, here on YouTube, if you hit that like button, it helps the video out a lot. So we're going to answer a few questions before we continue on rambling. We're going to let's start here on YouTube. We're going to answer some of the questions.
Grace is asking, do you know if the Outrigger Reef is done with renovations? We actually not sure.
We're not sure. It should.
Yeah, they said
should.
At the end of 2021, so
right.
I'm pretty sure they are. But you can also contact them directly, and at the reception area they will tell you. And we also have friends, Chris and Marta, would go to Hawaii. They go live every Saturday. So you can ask them questions as well. And I have some questions.
James said, surprised they did not back charge Devon $100. It's so funny you mentioned that, James, because as I was having the conversation with the immigration agent, I was thinking, why would she mention that Irina had to pay to renew her visa and I didn't because I was a Belizean? I'm thinking if she's like, well, if you want to leave, you need to pay that fee, and that's the only way I'm going to let you slide. So that did cross my mind, and I was getting ready to say, well, if you need me to pay the visa charges if I was just a tourist, then I'll do that. If that will help the situation. And the exit fee, right. That would be no problem. So yeah, funny you mentioned that. That did cross my mind.
So I have a question here on Instagram. Want to do something similar and travel for a part-time gig. But how do you afford to do so? Any remote work do you do or recommend? Yes, we do have remote work. We work online, and we have our own online business, which primarily supports us.
Right. Sheila says, I just love your vlogs, going to Hawaii, and have watched all of yours. So helpful and insightful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to be of help.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
And did I see a super chat somewhere from Lee? Yes, Lee, super sticker.
Yes, Lee, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, Lee.
Appreciate it. Going to Hawaii soon. Any places should not miss at Honolulu? It's actually depends on what type of places you're interested in. Can you be more specific?
Yes, like let us know what you like to do, how active you are, if you like hiking or just laying out on the beach or anything like that. Definitely luau's, let us know.
In Hawaii, is there a roller coaster? There is no roller coasters in Hawaii, but
there's a water park,
Wet and Wild water park with water slides, and it's a lot of fun. And we have actually gone live from that water park, and you can, if you go to our YouTube channel, to our live category, you will see it. We have walked the entire park.
Yes. 818 says, I'm too nervous to travel with all these COVID restrictions. That's a good point to touch on. I guess we can kind of harp on that, and we'll give you kind of our insights. So while we were in Hawaii, we made that decision. We were actually contemplating, should we stay another year in Hawaii and let this thing blow over completely? Or right now things are kind of on the calm. And again, we're talking roughly about 3 months ago, right? Or should we kind of just go because we know that this COVID thing is going to be around. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And, do we just kind of stay in one place and just wait it out?
But I think, to be honest with you, Hawaii is very strict.
Hawaii is very strict.
I think it's stricter than
a lot of places.
Else.
Yes, absolutely.
Because again, it's an island.
But yet Hawaii is actually spiking like crazy right now with this new strain. So to bring you up to speed on what was going on with us in Belize. So Belize, while we were in Belize was also spiking. I was getting notifications from my cousin because, again, my cousins and most of my family live in the city of Belize. We were in the districts of Belize. So kind of like if you're familiar with New York, you have the 5 boroughs, Brooklyn, Manhattan, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like being in Manhattan and I'm in Brooklyn. So it's just a district, another borough. And it's about 2 hours away. He was sending me notifications saying, oh my goodness, look at, what the news is saying. We're spiked, we're up, 300, 400, 500, people with new infections. So we were kind of concerned about that. A lot of people we knew, they contracted it during the time that we were in Belize as well. But it seems with this new strain, no one is really going to the hospital. So you get the symptoms, you go to get tested, you test positive, you kind of stay at home. My daughter had it in New York. Both my daughters had it in New York, and they had a little headache, and they had like maybe one rough day, and then after that, that was it. No one up to this point that I know personally, and again, I know personally at least 12 people that's had the virus, this kind of new recently, and they just waited out. They felt bad for a day or so, and then that was it. So again, this is going to be around. And to answer your questions now, I understand that you are nervous. We are too, but we try to take as we try to be as safe as possible. But we also know that like people are contracting this virus just left and right, and you don't even know where it's coming from. Like you could just go to a store to pick up some groceries and come back in, and that would be enough for you to get it. And you're like, but I've been at home, I work remotely from home, I don't even go out. But when you do go out just for that second, it happens. So at this point, we realize it's just a matter of time for maybe us to get it. We're not looking forward to it by any means, but we also know that this thing is just possibility. Yeah, it's just a high possibility because we are traveling as well. Now that we're in Tulum, the party atmosphere here is,
it's like no COVID here.
It's no one is really wearing masks. Hardly anyone is wearing masks in restaurants and stuff like that. And again, the party scene, it's like there's no COVID. There's like these huge raves and everyone is going off. So
but we're not going there. We just exactly
saw it online. That's we don't go that far. Like if we have to go to a restaurant to eat, or we have to go buy groceries, or we have to take a bus or an airplane to get somewhere, that's a part of what we're doing now.
And we do have masks.
Yes, and we do recommend these masks. We're going to leave a link in the description for these masks. These masks, it has a chain on it. This way, it's always around our neck. But what's cool about these masks is, I don't know if you could see, it's like you see the way it's shaped? So basically, it's not stuck to your face where you're kind of talking like this, and it's hard for you to breathe. It has an actual pouch inside. So there's a little bit of air circulating. The nose bridge here, as you can see it, I'll show you here. Yeah. Right, it has a nose bridge up here, a little metal, so you can pinch it. And if you're wearing glasses, your glasses won't fog. So it's really cool in that sense. And it also has a bottom piece here that goes under the chin. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like really quickly, because we did recommend this mask before. So as you can see up here, it's a separate piece, and you pinch it, and then underneath here it covers. So it's a really good seal. And Janet was actually the one that recommended this mask. I saw her posted on Facebook. So thank you, Janet, for this. We bought about 400 of these, and it probably takes up half of our suitcase, but
yeah, we do wear masks outside all the time. But as far as the restriction goes, again, I think the restrictions are more stricter in Hawaii. But anywhere you travel, you just have to take the test. So it's not really that bad. Depending on the country, of course, now we've heard to go to Thailand, you have to actually take 3 tests, once before arrival, once on the arrival, and 5 days after your departure.
So sometimes when you travel,
after your arrival,
you're safer than just regular people, because you have to be tested so many times. Testing is now a part of travel. You have to factor that in the same way you factor in your tickets and what money you have to pay to get from a train to a bus to a plane. You also have to factor in how many COVID tests you're going to have to take before you reach your final destination and when you reach your final destination.
And the price of COVID tests ranges so much.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's insane.
And you don't want to get caught not knowing how much a COVID test is, and then you get surprised.
Rachel says, long time no see, miss you too, guys. We actually have missed you a lot.
We're so happy to be doing this live. It's been such a long time, and it feels like such a breath of fresh air to be able to connect with you guys again.
Isaac is here. Aloha. Hey, he says, oops, hola.
Yeah, now everyone's like trying to get out the aloha phase.
I love the strictness of the COVID guidelines. Felt much safer than I do here on the mainland.
Yeah.
See, everybody have their own perspectives. We just try to not to opinionate it, whether it's good or bad. We just follow the rules. So we try not to get hang up on the drama, on the rules, on the restrictions. It is what it is, and
keep it moving.
Yeah.
Wayne and Joyce from Vegas. When are you guys going to Russia?
In the coldest month, it will be mid-February. We actually haven't sourced the tickets yet, and the way we travel right now, we literally book everything the day off.
Yeah, that's another thing that has changed for us, because for most of you guys who's been following us, the situation we had just before pre-COVID when we left Hawaii. We were going to start full-time traveling at that point. And we went to Australia, and then we took a 21-day cruise to Bora Bora. That didn't happen because the pandemic hit smack dab while we were on the cruise. We had Spain booked out for 3 months. So we were way in advance by booking our stuff way out. And now you just can't do that. So that's another thing that has changed since we've been traveling. We literally sometimes book the moment we get to where we need to get to.
Oh, we're getting some gifts on TikTok. Thank you
so guys
much.
So much.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, the coldest month we will be in Russia. It's going to be February. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to it because I've never been in 30 degrees negative
Celsius.
Wow, that's crazy.
But it doesn't mean that it's going to be minus 30 degrees every single day. Again, that's the coldest that it dips.
The thought that there's a possibility for it to be negative 30 degrees.
It's going to be an interesting experience.
Especially since I left warm 85-degree weather in Belize. It's going to be definitely
And speaking
different.
of restrictions, right now in Moscow, they are thinking of implementing a QR code restriction to go anywhere outside. You would have to present the QR code, and you could be randomly stopped and asked for the QR code. So basically what it is that you have to be fully vaccinated in Russia to get the permission to go anywhere outside, or take the test and be negative every 3 days, which is going to be, of course, cost. I think it's $25 per person.
Yes.
So right now they're thinking to implement that rule. So
yeah, travel has
that is definitely going to be an annoying rule, because we'll be there for a month and being tested every 3 days. It's not going to be fun.
Let us know, guys, if you guys are looking to travel within the next this year or within the next coming weeks, or you've traveled just recently. Let us know if you had any situations with COVID test or anything that was just kind of bizarre to you as far as keeping up with all these COVID rules and restrictions.
Andrew, our Hawaii vacation was amazing. Thank you for the great advice and tips. Awesome.
It feels so great still to have people tell us that our vlogs that they've watched, our Hawaii vlogs, has been helpful. And even though we're not there, it feels weird, but at the same time, it's like that was the purpose, really, that we kind of deep rooted those videos, and we made videos that we know will last like forever when it comes to going to Hawaii and trying to learn about whether it's the culture or things to do or where to eat or what hotels is best based on your budget. We've walked Waikiki and Honolulu. Like, it's just crazy the amount of vlogs that we've put out, and we're so happy that it's able to help people, even though, again, we're no longer there, but we've been able to help people. That's really cool. James says, oh, by the way, my last JBO Hawaii merch arrived. Love the mug and the new t-shirt. My morning coffee lets me remember Waikiki. So awesome.
Thank you so much for your support,
Thank
James.
you, James.
I appreciate it.
Do we have any questions?
Cruising on Friday, and I'm so nervous for the testing at the port. We are healthy, but who knows what the test day is.
So on what is that, Instagram?
Selena,
Instagram. So on Instagram, Selena, one of our viewers, she's mentioning that she's going on a cruise, right? And we went on a cruise just a week before going to Belize. We took a cruise, and it was really painless. It was easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hectic. All we had to do was take a COVID test
48 hours before.
48 hours, not 72, 48 hours before boarding the cruise. Once we got there and we checked in, the first checkpoint was, let's see the fact that you took that COVID test and it was
and
negative.
The vaccination.
And your vaccination, right? So you had to be vaccinated. You had to have both vaccines, pardon me, and show your 42-hour test. So that's right up front. From there, they let you in the terminal, and then you go ahead with the procedures of checking in.
Thank you for sending the TikTok universe.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. This one is at the port the morning of. Selena, what cruise are you taking?
And out of where? I'm interested to know.
Also, why are you taking the test right at the port opposed to 48 hours before? Is it the new rule now? The swap meet suggestion was on point. Got all our souvenirs there.
Awesome.
They have it all. Awesome. Disney cruise.
The swap meet someone is talking about on Instagram is a place in Hawaii where you can get a lot of souvenirs and you get it as cheap as you can possibly get it in Hawaii. And we always suggested that place, and we did a whole walkthrough and a whole vlog on it.
Is it Selena? Is it the new rule that you have to take the test right at the port?
So being that it's Disney, maybe their protocol is different. They want you to take it right there and then. But then that, to me, that forms a bottleneck, because you have thousands of people trying to get on a cruise, and thousands of people have to take their test right there and then. That seems a little that seems a little odd.
Yes, it's Disney rule for all guests. Actually, speaking of tests, I know Walmart has a home test kit. So maybe to have your mind at ease, just take one test at home. So this way you know that for sure you don't have it. And also, if I'm pretty sure they have a very lenient policy on refunds or reschedules. So if you do still happen to have it, I'm pretty sure they will accommodate you with a refund or reschedule your cruise.
Yes. And again, if you guys have any, you guys are looking to travel and you're kind of scared to travel with all these restrictions and COVID stuff, let us know. Let us know in the comment. Let us know how you feel about traveling right now. If you guys had the option, whether you're off from work or financially able to do it, would you guys travel right now? Let us know in the comment on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Let us know if you would travel. If you would pack your suitcase right now, if you had no limitations, but the conditions are still the same, would you pack up and would you go to your destination?
Selena says, yes, we'll be testing at home beforehand. Thanks, guys. Stay safe and have fun. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Happy cruising to you. We actually have a funny question here. Why are you guys not wearing masks? Well, I'm pretty sure at home you do not have to wear masks.
Okay, wait. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Why are you guys not wearing masks? So yes, we are at home right now. We're in Tulum, but our mask, my friend, is never too far away. As a matter of fact, 9 out of 10 times, our masks is pretty much strapped around our neck like this. So there's never even a chance for us to forget it somewhere, or you go to a restaurant, you eat, you take your mask off, you put it down, you walk out, you're like, damn, I left my mask in the restaurant. Yeah, we keep it strapped around our neck. So, Yolanda says, I would still travel if they allow it. That's awesome. Darlene says, no, I would not travel. Autumn says, no, I will not travel right now. Vega says, probably not travel until later. So this is the answers to the question I just asked. If you were able to travel right now with no restrictions as far as whether it's work or financial, if you can pack up and leave and go anywhere you want.
Thank you for TikTok universe, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Okay, let's see. James said, I would really want to go back to Waikiki, but slightly right now, getting our Canada due to a flight. Out of Canada. Yes, I heard that's really, if anyone here is from Canada, let us know what the issue is with Canada as far as
I think
the restrictions.
The crew is getting COVID, so a lot of flights are being canceled.
Pascal said, yes, I would have no problem going back to Hawaii. because they're strict with COVID restrictions. That they are.
But yet they're spiking.
Yes. John says, I travel for work and my wife goes with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not if out the country, afraid of testing positive and not being able to get back home. Okay.
Yeah, we were actually thinking about it. If we happen to get a positive test and we have to stay somewhere for longer, we have no problem staying longer.
Right. Yeah, that's why but that is an interesting point though, because if you're on vacation and you do contract it and you have to quarantine, then how you're supposed to leave maybe a day or two. Now you have to extend, which means you have to spend more, and it becomes a little complicated. So I definitely understand that. Hockey Mom says, yes, I would travel now. I'm triple vaxxed and had COVID last year. Awesome.
Yeah, Ken, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, we stayed in Bacalar, which is the southern tip of Mexico, for I think 5 days. 5 days. So we had more drama there. So once as we were on the way to Mexico, again, we weren't sure like how it's going to go with the Mexico border crossing, and we did not book anything. So once we were actually in the cab, we started looking for places to book. And when we arrived to Bacalar, we didn't have any place to stay. So we just looked for the nearest hotel nearby, and we just booked one night. And then from then we booked an Airbnb for a week. So our kind of preferences for booking Airbnb, again, we work online, we need a table to work on and fast internet. So whenever we book Airbnb, we always look for a place with large table. And in Bacalar, I don't know, maybe it was last minute that we were looking at, it was all the Airbnb had very tiny coffee tables. So we only found one place with the large table and supposedly fast internet. So when we arrived there was absolutely no internet. So we spoke to the host and we had to cancel Airbnb. So we decided to go back to the hotel and stay there for a little longer. And then we found this place in Tulum because we were in Tulum before, and we know that they have fast internet here.
But one thing I did notice, when we crossed the border from Belize into Mexico, we did not have to take a COVID test. That was surprising, because when I spoke to my family in Belize, they said, oh, when you get into Mexico, you're going to have to take a COVID test. And I was like, yeah, of course, that's natural. You're entering another country. They want to make sure that you don't have COVID. Nothing, no clinic, no nothing. We went straight from the Belizean immigration straight to the Mexico immigration. They stamped our passport and we were in. So that's a little odd. Let us know in the comments, have anyone traveled to Mexico recently? And did you have to get vaccinated? I think maybe tested. Maybe if you came in by flight, you had to get tested.
Yeah,
if you traveled to Mexico via ground transportation, bus or whatever, crossing a border, let us know if you had to get vaccinated, because tested, because we did not get tested. There was nowhere in sight for us to even do that, which is kind of odd. Because again, if you think about it, that's not cool, because you're entering the country of Mexico, and we could have had it and brought it into Mexico. So that's what all the countries are trying to do, is to block their borders off because of that. So that was really odd.
And Bazan said going to Disney cruise next month. Awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
Haki Mom says, yes, I would travel right now. I'm triple vaxxed and had COVID last year.
Geraldo says, yes, I would travel right now. Anyway, it seems like most people look like they would travel right now. Like if they had the option, they actually would do it.
Dee says, yes, just booked Hawaii for April.
That's
Congratulations.
awesome. That's so awesome.
I just read yesterday that Mexico completely lifted their COVID restrictions. Oh, Mexico is wide open now. Not cool at all.
Wow.
That's probably the reason. Thank you for letting us know.
That's very interesting. Mohammed said, nope, just went to Mexico on December 15 and did not need a test or vaccine to enter. Ken said, we went to Cancun a few months back and no COVID test was required. That's funny though, because my daughter went to Mexico and she had to be tested, if I'm not mistaken. When I spoke to her, I think she said that she had to be, but maybe that was, maybe it was about 2 months ago. So maybe that had something to do with it. So, wow, Mexico lifted their COVID restrictions. Yeah, that's kind of wild. Again, here in Tulum so far, this is our first day here.
Yeah, we literally just arrived.
Like really no one is wearing a mask. And I know for a fact their party scene is crazy because I have friends that I follow on Instagram and they're in the mix and they're in the middle of the crowd and it's just a big rave and it's just craziness. To me, that's a little too, we're not there yet. And I don't think,
we're generally not party people. So.
Well, not to that level, at least. That's crazy. He said, only need to test when entering the U.S. Okay. Oh, he said that maybe that's why your daughter was tested in Mexico. That kind of makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, to go back to the U.S.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to touch on kind of like what we're gonna be doing moving forward.
Sure. Go ahead.
So if things go as planned, and again things are really crazy, we're not sure, and we try not to plan too far ahead. That's just the way it seems like travel has taken the turn. Like you can't really plan too far ahead because things happen all the time. And of course, the worst part about it is that once you booked your flight, you booked your hotel and all the different things you want to do depending on where you're going, and then you can't go because of COVID or COVID related incidents, then you have to fight to get your money back. And it's always the worst trying to get a refund, whether it's through Airbnb or through hotels or through airlines. Let us know in the comment. Have you had a situation where recently you were booking a trip and something happened COVID related and you had to get your money back? Was it a nightmare? Was it easy? I mean, I feel like things should be a little bit easier. These companies should be able to refund you your money.
But I think now they still have the rules that, okay, if you canceling due to COVID.
Right. We had so many people we knew that were going to go to Hawaii and they canceled like 3 times because of COVID. They're like, okay, yeah, so we're booking for next 2 months, and then 2 months, oh, we had to cancel because COVID is spiking again. Oh, we're gonna push it back till next year, and then it was just constantly pushed back.
Kanye says we're heading to Hawaii in 4 weeks. Been doing home rate text at home.
Rapid test.
Oh, home rapid tests at home. I wish you guys were there to meet you.
For sure. Oh, yeah, we definitely miss all you guys in Hawaii.
Yeah, miss meeting you.
Yes. Mask definitely needed going out. Yep, that's for sure. Mama said I was in Merida, Mexico, and masks are required, and they were pretty strict with COVID rules. Interesting. When we left Belize initially, we were going to stop at it wasn't Merida, it was Chetumal.
Oh yeah, Chetumal.
And my cousins was like, "Whoa, it's spiking crazy there."
Don't
and
go.
We're like, "Okay,
abort,
don't
abort,
go."
abort.
So we're like, abort, exactly. And we kind of said, "Okay, Bacalar, here we come." And Bacalar is not really strict with masks. Some people wearing masks, but it's funny, most of the tourists are the one not wearing masks. The locals in Bacalar, most of them were masked up. They were, and for some reason in Bacalar, while we were there were mostly Europeans. So there were a lot of French-speaking people were there, German, people from the Netherlands. So yeah, they weren't really masked up too much. So I guess if it's not enforced, and police are always in the streets and they don't tell you to put your mask on or anything like that.
Kathy says, when booking now, I choose the free cancellation.
That's a good point. Yeah, definitely, guys. Yeah. That's actually a good tip. If you're looking to book something and going somewhere on a vacation right now, that's another thing to consider. Make sure there is some type of a cancellation policy. This way, it'll be much easier when it's time to cancel, if you have to cancel. Hope it's not.
Daniel says, I've canceled Hawaii twice. I cannot wait till we can make it.
Yeah, a lot of people. We hope you can get there as soon as possible.
Deb says, this scares me. We are to travel to Oahu in less than a month. We are fully
vaxxed and boosted.
And the rates of COVID is increasing there. Yes, they are.
Yeah. But again, it's an up and down thing,
Ramos is
here. Ramos, how are you, buddy?
JBO,
good to see you.
Rock. Thank you.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Who'd have thought that traveling would be a scary thing to do?
Well, we are here in Tulum for 5 nights. We booked an apartment with killer internet speed.
So who knows? Maybe, I think before we leave, let us know in the comments. Would you guys like us to go live one more time before we actually leave Tulum? And the reason I say that obviously is because the internet here is really great. As you can see, it's perfect internet for us to go live. So we're not sure when we're going to be able to go live again, because we are making our way up north. So now we're in Tulum, then we're going to go to Playa del Carmen, and from Playa del Carmen we're going to go to Isla Mujeres. And again, we don't know what
fly out of Cancun.
Right. So right now we don't know what the internet situation will be once we leave here. So in 5 more days, maybe we can come back and say goodbye from Tulum. And we're gonna walk Tulum for you guys. We're gonna put out a vlog where we walk Tulum. We're gonna show you what Tulum looks like. Tulum right now is crazy. It blew our minds. We were here for about 3 weeks.
Three what?
The last time we were in Tulum, we were here for 3 weeks, and this was 3.5 years ago. Tulum has almost completely changed into this metropolis that it's just insane.
Yeah.
The apartment we're staying in right now is in a complex, a massive complex there's wine stores, there's yoga places, there's pharmacies, and they're all right around this area. It's its own community, and that's what they're building now in Tulum, is these communities. It's just insane. In just 3.5 years, we were walking around like, oh my gosh, this wasn't here when we were here. This was all like just bush. It was all just like trees. And now they've completely cut it all down and pushed everything back, and now it's accomplished apartment complex being built. It's just amazing the way how fast they're building through Tulum.
Andrew said our son was in Russian immersion and had a school trip the same month COVID started. We put $6,000 into it. We bought travel insurance, and they said it does not cover pandemics.
Wow.
We only got $1,200 back from it. So sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, that's a hard one to swallow.
Yeah.
So Devon is saying that we should go live again. Yeah, guys, let us know if you guys want us to come back live. We'll definitely love to come back and chat with you again, and we'll put it out that way you guys know in advance so you can make plans. More than likely, it'll probably be around the same time as it is today, which is 6 o'clock.
Jan say, hey guys, nice seeing you live. Thank you for joining. All right, Devon's computer is almost out.
I'm out of battery. So listen, one more thing I want to mention. So we do have our next vlog coming out, and we give you a walking tour of what the rooms look like at the Sleeping Giant, and that is coming out tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. So look
Eastern
for it.
Time.
So we walk you through, all the different rooms. The rooms are just amazing in the middle of the jungle, guys. It's sick. You guys got to see that. So hopefully you guys will check that out tomorrow. And of course, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about the video, and if you like that type of video, because we want to be able to give you more of it if you do enjoy it. So we're going to close this one out now.
Safe travels. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you so much, Connie. And we're going to see you guys in the next one. And again, if you guys have any questions, you could all, leave it down in the comment based on what we've spoken about. And we will see you guys in the next couple of days. We're going to check in. We're definitely going to come back live and say hi. So for sure.
And Rama says, my friend also went to Tulum recently, and she said it changed so much in the recent years. Seems like very trendy spot now. Many restaurants, bars. charge cover fee for entrance. What?
Yes,
wow.
Yes. And Irina just told me, I didn't know that. Let me know, guys, if anyone has been to Mexico recently. Irina said that the beaches in Mexico are now just the same way they are in Tulum. They're beach clubs. So you can't just walk the beaches of Playa del Carmen anymore, which I didn't know that. I hope that's not the case, because that was always cool.
Yeah, Darlene is asking if we have seen a jaguar in Belize. Unfortunately, not. We did not get a chance to see it, but we were hoping in Chanchich we'll be able to see it, because it was like in the thick of a jungle. But
yeah, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Nights. But we're probably guaranteed to see a jag or some type of a wild cat when we go to Africa. Oops, did I let the cat out the bag? We may be going to Africa, guys. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it. It felt really good to be on here, to be talking with you guys here on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. We are back, and we promise to be uploading a lot of more content for you guys. Again, if you happen to not see us for a little bit, it's just because of the internet situation. But guys, here on YouTube and also on TikTok, be sure to follow us on Instagram, because Instagram, it's really quick to upload stuff. You guys will see where we're at, what we're eating, what we're doing, what we're getting into.
Hi, Naire.
And all that good stuff. So again, thank you. And as usual, we will see you in the next one.
Well, tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Bye, guys.